And another Democrat candidate running for Congress is Dolly Elizondo. She joins us today. So, Dolly, tell us a little bit about yourself and why you're running.
Well, I grew up in Mission, Texas. I come from a very humble home. My parents were blue-collar workers. My mom was a paraprofessional who worked her way up to being a teacher. My dad was a Korean veteran who came back to the States, was a butcher, and then worked for Rainbow Baking Sales Company. You know, it is such an honor for me to even be on the ballot to run for District 15 congressional seat. My brothers and my sister and I would have never imagined that this would come about. I got married very young, at 19 years old, and at 29, unfortunately, was divorced. I raised two young girls as a single parent. I was a teacher in the Donna ISD School District and the Edinburgh North School District. Obtained my teaching degree by going to night school and working hard, working several jobs. Went back to college as an adult. I then, like all teachers do, because sometimes we need more resources, I took a part-time sales job in real estate. And I went from part-time sales in real estate to becoming a broker, to owning my own company, to now being a developer throughout the Rio Grande Valley. And what that means is I buy properties and build residential and commercial communities. So I give a tax base back to the economy. I'm running for Congress because, you know, I truly, truly believe that ordinary people like myself can do extraordinary things for others. And my life experience shows that. So I want to give back to my community and serve them in the way that my life has emulated that, struggle to success. So I want to reach back into the community and help knowing the things that I know. I am running as a Democrat. I've been a lifelong Democrat, and in 2008, I actually ran for Democratic Party chair and beat an incumbent. I served 2 terms. As leader of the Democratic Party, we advocated for voter turnout and fought against voter ID. And so these are reasons why I am running for Congress.
On some of the major issues I'm sure you've been touching on, first up, border security and immigration issues. What are you saying on that?
Well, you know, I think that it's a balance. We need jobs here in the Rio Grande Valley, and along with trade with Mexico comes jobs. And so we are trading with Mexico. We do need to secure our borders. I think additional funding needs to be available for example, customs inspectors and our Sentry program, which would make traffic flow through and make trade a lot easier. And of course, you know, the customs inspectors are involved in part of that, of border security. So I think that is very important, but we need to consider the entire picture of trade along with keeping our borders secure.
On the topic of Border Patrol agents, do we have enough or do we need more?
You know, I will tell you that I hear both sides. We hear that we have practically a police state on our borders, but then there is part of the community that says it isn't enough. Again, you know, it's something that, as a congressional member, it's something that you need to study and need to learn more about going forward.
For the millions of folks that are in the country illegally, what would you propose?
I propose a pathway to citizenship. I truly believe that undocumenteds need to come out of the shadows and do the things that they are doing already, which is contributing to our community. They could contribute to our tax base. They could contribute, to jobs that our elderly generation is leaving. They could fill in that gap. They are already hardworking, productive citizens, and so I am for a pathway to citizenship. I am for the dreamers to be able to stay in this country. I am for the veterans who aren't citizens to become Americans. Our young people should not be punished for the acts of their parents.
Describe your abortion policy.
I am pro-choice. I truly believe that politicians do not have a place when it comes to women's health care.
Obamacare, does it need to be tweaked? Should it stay the same? Should it be repealed? What's your position?
I think it needs to be tweaked. I am not going to be the congresswoman that is going to go to the Hill and take away health care from 18 million people. There are many positive things about the Health Care Act. One is pre-existing condition. No longer are we in fear of having a pre-existing condition and being able to afford health care. It does have its negatives. For example, there are 51 generic drugs that have been gone up in price over 300%. And I think that is something that needs to be looked at. The only group of people, thank God, that can negotiate with the drug companies are the veterans at this point. But we need for all people to be able to negotiate with the drug companies to get those prices reduced.
And any final thoughts? Something you want the voters to know about you?
I want the voters' help and support to get to Washington to work for them.
All right. Dolly Elizondo, thank you.